Okay, back to live action. This video will review probably the hardest question on the test. So you're going to want to go over this a couple of different times, and we'll make sure that we have this one down. This is the one that I anticipate you guys studying the most. Okay, we're going to go ahead and step into it. Now, the first thing that happens is the book wants you to use a table of values to randomly decide, and I just call shenanigans on all that stuff. So at this level, at the high school level, what we're going to do is use a formula. The formula is going to be the probability that it's going to snow 6 out of 7 times in a week is going to be equal to the number of trials in combination with the number of successes times the success rate to the number of successes times the failure rate to the number of failures, which is going to be n minus x. So we have to define a couple of things. First of all, our success rate, and it won't be a capital P, it'll be a lowercase p. Our success rate is equal to 64%, so 0.64. Our failure rate would be 100% minus that. So this is going to be 1 minus 0.64, and we end up with a 0.36 is our failure rate. The number of trials is going to be 7 days, and the number of successes is going to be 6. So we're going to use all these numbers to put this into a formula. The formula then, the probability that it's going to snow 6 out of 7 days in the week is going to be 7 combination 6, the success rate of 0.64 to the number of successes, which is 6 snowy days, times the failure rate, which is going to be 0.36 to the number of just 1 failure. Now, real quick note, anything to the power of 1 is itself, so 0.36 to the power of 1 is just going to be 0.36, so I am going to reference that later. However, we'll still do the math. Now, you're thinking to yourself, man, we're going to turn to our trusty website. So we're going to head over to the not big number calculator with permutation calculator, and we'll plug our fun in. Okay, so if we go to the next page, I already did that. On the permutation calculator side, we're going to do 7 combination 6. And so that means we want the combination, not the permutation. We're not going to use this number here. We're going to use the number 7 there. So 7 combination 6 is going to be equal to 7. If we scroll down, next what we're going to do is calculate what the probability is going to be for our success. So the success rate was 0.64 to the power of 6. So here I put in 0.64, and I want to put it into the power of 6. So I'll press this power of button right here. That number does give me this 0.0687 such and such. All right. We would also do the failure rate of 0.36 to the power of 1. So here I'm putting in my 0.36 to the power of 1. Okay. I hit the power of button, which is this button here, x to the power of y, and it gives me 0.36. I take all those numbers, number 7, 0.06, blah, 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 and 0.36, and I plug them into a calculator. So 7 times, here, I'll screw it up. Here we go. 7 times our 0.068 something, 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 times 0.36. I just multiply all those 3 together, and it gives us the probability of 6 snowy days ends up being roughly 17.31%. On your test, it'll be abacadabra, and you'll be selecting the one closest to 17, which will probably be this, and this should be a 2 here. Go team. But 17.32 or 0.1732 would be the answer on your test. All right. So that's the way that one works. I'm going to go over one more of these problems. So the next video will include another binomial distribution. So if this is difficult for you, here's a good example. I'm going to do another one, which will be another example, and those two are definitely going up on the test. Oh, it's coming up. Can't see me.